Power of candles. The Gemara says in Shabbos, "Haragil bener, havel banim zacharim." When Shabbos prepared with Madlikin, the Gemara says the person that's ragil bener, that always lights candles. The person always lights candles. Rag has regilus in ner. It affects his children. It affects his. If you want to actually bring Gemara Shabbos, let's bring Gemara Shabbos for a second. If you don't mind. No, the Bavli Shabbos. Should be one here. Is there a Shabbos here? So it actually is important to start the idea of candle from the Gemara. Because the B'mem Adlikin, which is, actually wait, I have it here. This has the Gemara here also. The Gemara on Shabbos, I believe it's Daf Kaf Ches. If I remember. Yeah.
Where is it unfinished?
Shabbos in the Shas.
Shabbos Gemara?
Shabbos Gemara.
We're talking about having effect on your kids. They have to be alive yet?
Another interesting question. In order to affect my kids, do my kids have to be alive? No, of course not, because your kids will be born b'shah tovah from the level that you're at. So the thoughts and your level at conception and your being in conception will determine for very, very much many factors in the child, based on the child being a branch of you, whatever you are at that time. So definitely investing in yourself is definitely also investing in your kids, no question. If it's easier for you to say, okay, I'm going to metaken my midas, I'm going to not be, just so my kids are born from a get a cutting from a more perfect tree. That's not my word. Actually, Sefer Charedim brings it down that sometimes a person doesn't have kids for many years. It's because Hashem is waiting with the tree. The tree has to get to a certain level before it produces fruit, so the fruits could be on an extra level.
So you're growing a tree once you get married.
This is Gemara in Shabbos.
Same Indian between Shabbos candles and Tzadiku candles?
All the candles, all the inyanim of Ner are all deep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Amar Rav Huna. This is interesting, actually. The Gemara Shabbos Daf Chav Gimel Beis over speaks about this. There's no, like we said, we spoke about this before. There's no specific Masechta for Chanuka. There's no Masechtas Chanukah, even the Chanukah is after Yom Tov. We spoke about this as Chanukah being Tarsh Bal Peh, a hidden Yom Tov without a specific Masechta. Bueller's do. Yaelish is here. Shalom Aleichem. You don't wear a mask when you work?
I do. I have the nose mask on the whole job site, actually. I could actually see it.
It's a little dirty, that's what it's
No, that's it. He worked hard today.
You don't understand. I laid some
You worked hard today.
Like you post this on
Okay.
Instagram, like people would like.
Now, Bueller, you ready? We're going to learn Torah.
Born ready.
Bueller was born ready, Taka. Yeah. Amar Rav Huna, Haragil bener, a person that's accustomed to have candles. Havelen banim tamidei chachamim, b'skindel achubi tamidei chachamim. Haragil bener, azayir b'mezuzah, zayich ledirana, person that's careful to have mezuzah, shemogim, a nice house. Azayir b'tzitzis, zayich letalisna, we get a nice talis, a nice garment. Azayich b'kiddush, azayir b'kiddush, ayayim.
Doesn't it tell
Here's
us?
this Maishalet. A yid that makes that is zahir in kiddush, making kiddush Shabbos. Zaycher memale gar beyayin. Will zaycher have many barrels of wine. Right.
It works.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stuff. If Yantav later says once, when you make Kiddush, you feel a certain connection. A strong connection.
Probably when it comes to the expired beer, that's what you're
Yeah.
Well, the Gemara says that the person that makes kiddush is it becomes a testifies Ma'aseh Bereishis. At that point, you become a witness, testify for Hashem. It's very big.
It's also the
That's
hardest.
why by Chassidim, some people always everyone makes their own kiddush because of the mila of kiddushes.
I don't think it's hit the hardest. Like I could drink a cup of wine. Any
You hear this? Look at what Rashi says, Chevre.
Doesn't work, right? One cup of Kiddush wine is like.
Havel banim tamid chachamim. We hear from Beulah where Rashi says the ksiv ki ner mitzvah v'Torah or ner mitzvah v'Torah or. If you light a ner mitzvah, you're gonna get Torah or. You're gonna get. Al yedei ner mitzvah the Shabbos v'Chanukah ba or the Torah. Through the candle of Shabbos and Chanukah, the light of Torah comes. Though we downstairs where I sit, there's some sakit shchora. Under it is your thing. Okay? This is Regilus and Nel. Wait, there's another Gemara here. I know these guys are gonna like this one. Amar Rava, the Rachim Rabbanan. So there's another way. So one thing is having candles, but there's another inyan that Rava speaks about. A person that loves tzaddikim. The Rachim Rabbanan. Have a Lubnin Rabbanan. If you love tzaddikim, you have kids that are tzaddikim. Good one, right? It's very deep. We speak about this all the time because love, at the end of the day, whatever you love, you unify with, you become. And what you become, you give birth to. You give always. The rule of birth is you give birth to yourself, always to your level. You can always give birth to. So whatever level you're at, that's where you could inspire, you could light that level.
So you have to be careful.
The Maiki Rabbanan, a person that honors Rabbanan, will have son-in-laws. Will have son-in-laws that are tzaddikim. A person that's Maiki Rabbanan, a person that honors Rabbanan, is loving tzaddikim and honoring them. The Dachil Mirabbanan, a person that has yira from Rabbanan, a person that sees a tzaddik has fear, not in the negative, but has yira. Hu gufei havetzura Mirabbanan. He himself will become a tzaddik. Okay. And if he's talking not holding there, at least he'll be appreciated and listened to like a Talmid Chacham. Okay, so there's levels over here of loving tzaddikim, bringing candles to tzaddikim. There's a big avoidance of Ner Chanukah and Ner B'Shalom Bayis. Okay.
What exactly is the euro?
What is the Yira?
What is the euro?
Let's see Maharsha here. Okay, good question. Let's see Maharsha.
You heard the new hack?
What's in the
Ellie's clean.
Ellie
Ellie doesn't smoke weed anymore.
British?
Yeah.
I just bought him a kilo.
I'll take it.
He's the one to give it to him. I didn't go clean.
Oh, Hashem, oh, Hashem. Am Yisrael should all be clean wherever they are, should be connected wherever they are. Every year should get whatever they need. Let's see the Maharsha. Gimel.
Ellie's teaching now.
Knife safety.
Yeah.
Oh, Maharsha speaks about it.
The right person.
But where is he? If no, clean or not clean, they should come to Shir, no?
Ellie!
No, send the messages. And where's Amshi? Where's all the Chevra? Ellie, come up, come. Oh, good, wrap it up, come. Malas. Okay, Chevra, listen to this. Good question from David over here. We asked, the Gemara says that if you fear Rabbanan, if you have a Yira from Rabbanan, you become Rabbanan. So what is this Avodah of Yira? In general, this is something that in our generation needs a lot of clarification, especially in our crowd, that we're all grew up with the wrong connotations of Yira Shamayim and Teire, right? Never have tried for traumatizing anyone here. But we have to get it right. You can't just say, okay, man, bro, I'm just going to be peace and love, just peace. You can't have just peace. It doesn't work. The Zohar says that the right attitude is a Hava and Yira. The Zohar calls it two wings. You can't fly forward. You can't move forward with one wing. Only love makes the hippie movement.
If you just have love, then you have reform.
Just reform. Okay. The Rishna writes that a Yid has to be good and frum and klug. Right, 100%.
You guys would be reformed.
You guys are mechaber to the Rishna. The Rishna writes that a Yid darf sein drei Sachen. He has to be three things. Git, you hear this, Bueller? Git and frum and klig. To be good and frum and smart. He says if you're only Git, only if you're only one, You'll be a nayef. You're gonna be wrong. You go off in wrong sexuality. Too good. If you're only from, you'll be a Marash Chainik, like a Litvak, a depressed Litvak. And if you're only klug, if you're only smart, you'll be an apikairos. So you have to be all three. Very, very deep. So this is the inyan of dacha. Let's see what's the avodah of having the right yira. Obviously, yira shamayim, there's no question that yira shamayim, a person has to have yira shamayim. But what's the attitude towards tzaddikim? I have to love a tzaddik, fashtetzach, you love a tzaddik. What's the inyan of having yira from a tzaddik? There's no question the Maharsha says here that the ahava in any place is a higher level than yira. Also the Baal Tanya, when the Baal Tanya speaks about the oimek, understanding the real ahavas Hashem is called yira ilah. It's the attitude of yira at its highest level is what brings a person to the level of ahava. So ahava is definitely a high level. So what he's saying here is it's not if you're doing this or this or this. It's added level. He's talking about you love Talmid Chacham. You love Talmid Chacham, good. Your kids will be Talmid Chacham. If you add to that also, but if you're also scared of them, also of Yira, not only will your kids be the Talmid Chachamim, not only will you get son-in-law Talmid Chachamim, you yourself will also become a Talmid Chacham. If you didn't love, if you didn't have love, you wouldn't be able to get to have yira from Rabbanan. Like it says in Perkei Al-Oibrim, the hatred that Amaretz hate Tamid Chachamim is tremendous. And Amaretz, in a natural sense, has more hatred Tamid Chacham. Very deep thing to understand. Rabbi Akiva, very deep to understand. Rabbi Akiva, before he was Baal Tshuva, when he was considered Nama Aretz, he said, "Mi ten li Tamid Chacham and Chanuka chamor."
Want to bite them more.
You give me Tamid Chacham, I'll bite him like a donkey. Why a donkey? L'shmana a dog.
They bite.
The donkeys break the bones.
The most powerful bite strength, yeah.
Yeah, that means that it was mamish a hatred. And the Gemara says that the women are even hate more than the men because there's more shachos in din.
The dogs bite through flesh.
On the Aratzim, yeah. As much as Amaretz hates Tamid Chachamim, the women of Tamaratzim hate Tamid Chachamim even more. So that means that it's an inclusive. It's not just stam that you get to a level. So this is answering your question. That means that it's a very high level to get to a level of having yira from Rabbanan. Versteht's but the yira that you have from Rabbanan, it says ish imo v'aviv tirau. Everyone should have fear from their father and mother. You have fear from your father and mother? It says, Mikdashi Tiro, have fear for the Mikdash. The Gemara says, are you scared of the Mikdash? We're not scared from the base of Mikdash. I'm not scared from my father and mother. But wait, who told me to honor my father and my mother? Kadosh Baruch Hu. When I'm dealing with my father and my mother, I'm not dealing with the people. I'm dealing with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu himself. Kadosh Baruch Hu himself. This in this world, this is how he appears to me. He doesn't come to me and says, woo, woo. No, that's not how it works. He comes and says, hey, here's a tata, here's a mama. Oh boy, they're going to annoy you. Oh boy, they're going to push all your buttons. Oh boy, you're not going to get along. Oh man. Oh, it's not going to be easy. The Gemara says, Kabbalah savicha v'simecha l'man yerichun yamecha. If a mitzvah to honor your father and mother, she was to this amazing level of Arichus Yamim. What other mitzvah is also Zechet Arichus Yamim Yoilish? Shiluch HaKen. Shiluch HaKen. What's Shiluch HaKen? It's so simple, Beulah. We walk down the street. So say, hey, look, there's a nest. Oh, wait, let's go send away the mother bird and take away the...
Very hard to do this mitzvah.
The easiest mitzvah to do, it costs you nothing. No achana, no preparation, no nothing. You just send away the mother bird, take away the babies, that's it, you live forever. So what does Rashi tells you on the spot? You see that you can't figure out mitzvahs. Because this easiest mitzvah in the world, which is Shiluch HaKen, is equivalent to the heaviest mitzvah in the world. What's the heaviest mitzvah in the world? Kibud Avayim. This is not something you do once in a while. This is something that could cost you all day. It could cost you a lot of money. It could be a lot on you. So you see that by Hashem, that's how it is. The mitzvah of Kibbud Avayim is a very deep mitzvah. So what I'm scared of, not scared of a healthy year of my father. It's not that I'm scared of my father or my mother. I'm having Yira Shamayim. It's a level of Yir Shamayim. Okay.
You're respecting them because God said to, and that's the
I'm respecting Hashem. I'm respecting Hashem because when we come to do a mitzvah, every mitzvah that you do in Al Pi Kabbalah, we say L'Shem Yichud in every mitzvah that you do. So there's mitzvahs derabanan. When you come to do a mitzvah derabanan, we say Shem Yichud Shchin Derabat Mekan. This mitzvah say derabanan. Let's say to like Ner Chanukah. But when you mekayim mitzvah say derabanan, you're not just mekayim derabanan. You're also mekayim a mitzvah deraisa of doing the Rabbanan and not disobeying Rabbanan. It's a mitzvah and a lav. Lav delay sasor, right? To listen to Rabbanan. So it's mamish you're connected.
I was wondering if it was one or two.
Two. It's a mitzvah. It's a say and a lav. If you look at the L'Shem Yuchad of the Mekubalim, they bring it down. The Kaim is very specific. They mention every mitzvah you mentioned. Okay. Let's do a little bit today some Chanukah itself. This is some Chanukah itself. So.
Quick.
Time of Chanukah is mamash very quick this week. Since Chanukah is such a chaviv mitzvah, there's tzaddikim and anshe ma'aseh and chassidim that are knowing to go to mikveh before Chanukah, even though they go to mikveh in the morning. They go to the mikveh special before Ner Chanukah. In yeshivas, they stop learning early. Ner Chanukah is a very deep mitzvah. And like we said, how much light, Moshe, could you get on Chanukah? The answer is nobody knows. Nobody. Well, as much as you prepare. The Oven Sof is shining, whatever you prepare. So the Chassidim would spend a lot of time on preparing themselves to prepare to this awesome time of getting to the right mindset, to the right kavanas, to the right achanas. And there's big L'Shem Yichud to say before. We're not going to go into the whole thing. There's some nakudas in it.
There's a whole thing, the
This is the whole thing?
There's a couple of L'Shem Yichuds. This is from Seder Yeshuas Yisrael. It's a very long one. It's very beautiful tefillas. Oh, this is also from the Bnei Sasra. This is the Bnei Sasra, the Shem Yichud from him. Yeah, you should have this in your siddur. Don't read it from your phone. Read it from a siddur, from a sefer. Get a sefer. Have a book. When you sit by the candles, that half hour where the candles are lighting, at that time, where there's a ner mitzvah, is a very tremendous eis ratzon. Tzaddikim, they sit by the candles and they daven Shabbos clothes. Look at the tzaddikim how they light with a mikveh first or a big day Shabbos. But some tzaddikim, the achanas take hours and hours and hours. There's some tzaddikim light at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. They start achanas already from 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Get ready to be mamshech this tremendous all.
And yeah, it's so you want to give them so much.
What's with the towels? In shuls?
That's a chassidus sheminah. It's a chassidus sheminah.
Why? Like what?
It's a good shayla. You could ask in Tzanz. I don't know the sharash of the minhagim. It could be somewhere here. Okay, I want to do a little bit of the should we do the brachas or should we do the song? Ma'az Tzur Yeshuasi. Should we do the song? Ma'az Tzur Yeshuasi. Okay, we know Ma'az Tzur Yeshuasi. We have a guitar?
Start with the brachas first.
The brachas?
You start with the brachas.
Okay, there's 3 brachas on the first day. And 2... Okay, we'll get to the song at the end.
No.
And we'll get... Even though we're not... Even though not everyone's mechaben kavanas here, we'll just talk a little bit about some kavanas that are in the mitzvahs. The Rizal writes that in Chanukah, Hashem reveals the 13 midas shel rachamim. You know when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Shemayim after Am Yisrael did the Chet HaEgel and there was a big zera to wipe the Jewish nation out. There was a big midas adin, tremendous judgment call on the entire creation. And Moshe Rabbeinu got an opportunity to get to know Hashem on a deeper level, not just what Hashem shows as his external interface, to get to know his pnimius amidus, and to know that inside really, really, really everything is rachamim. And Hashem revealed to him this, and Hashem told him that whenever Am Yisrael is in tzara, you should say these words, you should call upon me with these names. When you call upon me with these names, there's a tremendous mercy, rachamim, that will come to the world and heal everything and fix everything and light everything. So on these days, that Hashem is misgale in the world. So you could, on the simple level, it's just Hashem is revealed in the world. He's helping his kids. There was a little group of tzaddikim, and Hashem helped them be victorious over everything. But how does this work? It works through the fact that on these days, the Creator is not behaving in the world in a regular way. He's behaving in the world through Gimel Midas Sharachim. So Lamaisa, these days are a Yom Tov. Because what a Yom Tov means, we speak about this so much, a Yom Tov means a day that the Tov is revealed, a day that the good is revealed, that Hashem is revealed in more. So therefore, if we look, this mitzvah has this bracha has 13 words. These 13 words are also the Amshach of the Yud Gimel Midas Sharachimim in general. In particular, just again, we're not going to mechavan this, but just to understand a little bit of the structure of what's happening at this time, that it's not just that through our belief in Hashem, we ask Him to behave in the world the same way He was behaving then, in a way of revealing His Midas of Rachamim that are not normally revealed. Normally Hashem hides His Midas of Rachamim. He deals the world with Teva. But when His kids call upon His Midas of Rachamim, when it's necessary, when someone calls it, then Hashem activates it. So on these days, they called upon Hashem's Rachamim. Hashem showed His Rachamim. That's how the miracle happened in those days. And on these days, since we again, Bayomim Ahem, Bazman Hazeh, since in these days, every year, Hashem is showing His 13 Midas of Rachamim on these days, we call to His Midas of Rachamim also to enter the entire creation. And Chachamim made the mitzvahs that they made based on the secrets of Kabbalah. That's why the first bracha has 13 words. And in a more particular way, the first day, the Kavanah is to be mamshach the first midah. El. The second day, Rachum. The third day, Chanun. And then Erech, Apayim, V'rav Chesed, Emes. Noitzer Chesed Alachim, that's the 8th day. And the 8th day, it's called Zot Chanuka. And the 8th day, since it's 13 midas and 8 days, and the 8th day, all the 13 shine. So therefore, the 8th day is a standalone day. It's a very, very special day in Chanukah, unlike the other days.
Where's the
It's Shabbos
This year? Comes out of Shabbos?
It's Friday. Thursday night Friday.
Oh, the end of it is.
How do we get from 8 to 13? Like, where's the...
It leads into...
I know how math works, and I understand that math can be math, but like, where's the math?
The 13 is the 13 midas of how Hashem brings Rachmim into the world. It's like 13 rivers of mercy.
Okay.
Now, it happened in the dimension of 8. Am Yisrael went into the place of 8 days, and they called upon Hashem, and then Hashem drew down these 13 meters, and that's how the miracle happened. So it's every day there's one drawing down of one particular. The 8th day, which was the Toikef Nes, the Nes was clearly the strongest on the 8th day, because imagine wow, it lit another day, but on the 8th day, that's when things went nuts, because that's when things went out of 7 and became 8. As long as it was within 7, it's like, okay, it's a miracle. A miracle of 8 is like 8 is the above nature. That's the peak of the miracle. The revelation of Hashem's Rachamim on that day was the strongest, and therefore that means Al Pi Kabbalah that on that day Hashem is revealing the entire 13 midas of Rachamim, not just one midah or another midah. Each one of them is also very strong and very powerful and can change all the world. But on the 8th day, where they're all revealed, that's the tzaddikim on Zayis Chanukah. The Rishon writes that a pashat yid on Zayis Chanukah can be poyel, what the big tzaddikim can be poyel on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. What the big tzaddikim do on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, when they go into Olam Atzilus and they go into all these worlds and the Mamshich, all these tikkunim. So the Maisa on Chanukah, and Zayis Chanukah, that's when Hashem is shining His full ashgacha of miracles, full. So like on that day, just it's open. So you could be poil like the biggest tzaddikim. The biggest tzaddikim, what's their pool that they could be doing? They could be mamshir the 13 midas of Rachmim. So when they're shining, so anyone could do it. So that's the midas. That's the avodah of the 8th day of Chanukah.
And the shefa is supposed to come. Yeah.
The what?
The shefa. It's like it's supposed to hit.
Shefa's always coming down.
Well, that's what I'm insisting, but like.
When the lower
the
world,
shefa from Rosh Hashanah is supposed to
it's another good point. So the Bichlal in general, the Baal Tanya speaks about this also, that the Gemara says in one place, like we know, that and Rosh Hashanah is the Yom Adin, that Rosh Hashanah is a general judgment day. On the other hand, the Gemara says that Every day there's judgment. So how do these things coincide? Batani explains that the judgment of Rosh Hashanah is a general din for the entire year. And then the years get divided to days every day. Like, this day, like every day there's a private judgment of that day. It's like, imagine like a sink. Like, imagine there's a massive pipe that you open once a year that fills a reservoir. And then there's like little faucets where every day you get the faucet for that day. And it depends on, are you opening it, are you not opening it, are you receiving it, or not receiving it.
Meaning
Right.
you
So
could be designed.
So the shefa comes down on Rosh Hashanah, the koyach, and then every day, like every the tefillas of every day, the mitzvahs of every day, bring it in from the level of year. First, it brought it in from the ayin into the yesh, and then it goes from the yesh into your prati yesh, into your day, into your life.
So if you did a beautiful Rosh Hashanah, you could get like a lot of potential shefa, and if you had a terrible year, you're not going to
Hashem.
access.
Right. So the Baal Tanya says in that case, it will stay for you for like schar for Olam Haba. Like you won't be able to like cash it in. Like you can't bring it into the world. But the tachlis is that toiva nigle v'anire. The Baal Tanya explains that Aaron HaKohen, that's the way of Aaron HaKohen to draw the rachmim of Hashem in the higher worlds, not just in the higher worlds in the spheres. That it should be so real that it's drawn down from world to world, from all the worlds till it gets to Olam Hazeh Gashmi, to heal the sick, to give parnasa to the poor. To bring it till the Gashmi. Okay. So I want to just focus on one more in this bracha, lahadlik ner Chanukah. So there's two gears. Some people say lahadlik ner shel Chanukah, and it's not 13. It's one issue. It's not 13. But there's another inyan in this lahadlik ner Chanukah that I want to show you guys, and this is called the Shem Kadosh. We said that in the 30 midas of Hashem. Hashem is not from the 30 midas. Right? What's the 30 midas? Hashem, kel rachum v'chanun, erech apayim v'rav chesed v'emet, notzer chesed la'alafim, naseh avod na'pesha v'chata v'nakeh. But Hashem is not from the 30 midas. The first midah is kel, rachum v'chanun, erech apayim. So Hashem is not. So if we're looking at the 30 midas, we have El, Rachum v'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed la'alafim. The 8th midah is called Noitzer Chesed la'alafim. Hashem guards Chesed for thousands. Very deep midah of Hashem. This is a description of one of the midas that Hashem had. Noitzer Chesed la'alafim. Noitzer Rosh Tevis. Noitzer is Nun, Chesed, Chet, la'alafim, Lamed. What is Nun Ches Lamed? Nachal. Lehadlik Ner Chanuka. Lehadlik is Lamed. Ner Chanuka Ches. This Nachal is a Shem Kadosh. That we also say in davening every day. We say every day in Hoynu Nafsheinu Chiksa LaHashem. נפשנו חיכתה לאדוני, עזרנו מגיננו הוא, כי בו ישמח ליבנו, כי בשם כל שלנו. נפשנו, נון, חיקסה, חט, להשם, נחל. There's very deep kavanas in this kavanah, in what this is, in this very, very strong revelation of Hashem, of the chesed of Hashem. That means that this name of Hashem that we say, lahadlik ner Chanukah, Al pi kavana, when you say lahalik ner Chanukah, you have kavana for the Shem Kodesh Nachal. And this Nachal is the midah of Hashem of Noitzer Chesed La'alafim. Meaning, when we're talking about the midas of Hashem being revealed on these days, Chachamim didn't stop make the brachas. Every word is mechuvan, is exact. Every letter, you have to understand that the letters that we say, every letter that we say is not just like, hi Hashem, I'm saying words to you. It's way, way deeper. It's Hashem, I'm saying the words that Chachamim said. My words are also a letter to you, Tzvi, but you know what else your words are? They're also the envelopes to receive what you're asking for. Words are kalim. Every word is a kli. It's a vessel. What do vessels do? They transport. They give, they receive. So when you're saying words, when you're saying letters, you're not just actually saying, Hashem, hey Hashem, I need this, I want this. Chachamim put in those words not just your message to him, but also the space that brings his message to you. the letters that you need. The world is created with letters, right? So how am I going to receive the Gewaldike Chesed, all the Gewaldike Ashpahs that Hashem is giving me on Chanukah? Asher Chachamim said, I'm going to tell you exactly what words to say and what letters to say. In these letters, not only will you be able to express to Hashem your thanks and your gratitude and to get to know Hashem, way more than that. These letters will serve as the envelopes to receive the chesed that you're asking for. These 13 midas that are revealed on this day, how can they enter our world? They need letters, they need words. It's all here. So lahadlik ner Chanukah, when I'm saying lahadlik ner Chanukah, and I'm thinking that this, it's a Shem Kodesh, Nun Ches Lamed. You think I'm not a big tzaddik, I'm not saying, oy, 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 vey, 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 I'm not a big mekubal, I don't know what's going on. But I'm telling Hashem, Hashem, you love me and I love you. And you're revealing yourself to your kids. And you're revealing your goodness to yourself. And Chachamim gave us the right attitude and the right words to say when this revelation happens, so we could tune into this revelation and we could rejoice in it. Because we're not in history. This is happening. So Hashem, you're revealing your goodness now. You're revealing Noitzah Chesed La'alafim, that you're Gevald, that you're giving me this. What am I telling you? Lahadlik ner Chanukah. I'm going to prepare this nachal. And in a deep way, nafshenu chiksel Hashem. When I prepare space in my heart and I'm waiting for you, Hashem, I want you, I want your light. I need your light, I want you. That creates that space for that Shem Kodesh to bring that holy effect of Rachmim into our lives. So this is a little bit when you stand, and obviously when you're standing to say the brachas, don't think any shameless, don't think anything that's not on your level. But just now to be excited to realize Gewalt, Chachamim put into our life these simple abilities to receive Or Ein Sof, to receive Noitzah Chesed La'alafim. Okay, there's also deep kavanas in the second bracha, but that's a little too.
Does the
Too
three letters
much background.
have anything to do with the three parts of the flame?
She'asa nisim, I was saying, is also very deep. The Arizal explains what is she'asa, but I'm not going to go into it because it's a little complex. Okay. So we light the candles, we say the brachas, and then we say a Neros Halalu. Neros Halalu has 36 words. We spoke about the number 36 being the number for Chanukah. What else was 36? Who remembers? What else?
Candles.
36 candles of Chanukah. What else? 36. What else did we learn? That was 36. Mesechtas of Shas. That means it's 36. Each Mesechta and Shas is a candle. It's a light in the word. What else was there? 36. The Ora Ganuz. Remember Arla? How long did Adam Rishon have the Ora Ganuz? 36 hours. It's 36 hours. What else is 36? Arla? How many hidden tzaddikim in every generation?
36.
36.
33.
What?
No, so 70.
36. Always 36. Lamed Vav tzaddikim. Again, I understand that in a deep way, in a poetic way, a tzaddik in this world is a Chanukah candle. What's a Chanukah candle? It's a Persuma Nisa. What's this little candle doing? It's advertising that this Yud Kei Vav Kei, that there's a king to the world. Don't be fooled by nature. Don't fall to the illusion of nature. There was a war once upon a time, years ago, between the ultimate powers of nature. The Greeks that idolized nature, they were so specific. They knew every sport, they knew every body part, they knew every medicine, they knew every star. They were so into nature. Don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled by it. It's tzaddikim. The tzaddikim are here to remind the world, loli radem, not to fall asleep in the rhythms of nature. Right? Nature's so puts you to sleep. You go to work in the morning, you come back at night, and then you pay your bills, and then you have to pay your mortgage. Then you have to this, before you know it, you're 75, you didn't do nothing with your life. Where'd you go? I don't know. How does a person sleep for 70 years? I don't know. Right, that's what Chaini was wondering.
70 years.
70 years sleeping.
The big sleep, yeah.
Wow, that person could sleep. Right, Tzvi? That person could sleep. So the tzaddikim, they're the real candles. They wake up the world from the sleep, the light, from the darkness. What else was 36? Anything else you said? 36, remember? 36 latkes are getting in the Chanukah.
That's it?
I was gonna say.
36 time play dreidel.
I'll get
You guys know we played
36x your money on
this year drunken dreidel by you guys?
Yeah.
Shots?
$36 out
Yeah.
of your wallet.
What?
I'll get
1,000.
get some scotch.
Very good. 36 bottles.
36 is high.
Chai chai.
36-year-old scotch.
It's like 18 twice. It's like
Srafim omdim imalo. Very deep in Yanim is 36. Holy 36. Should just know, there's a very famous story with the Chayze. It was once a big
4
Russia.
numbers away from 40.
Was once a big Russia. Mamash, a guy that was causing trouble, causing balagan, not a simple yid. You know, when a yid never becomes a hater,
Oh, I grew up with
a
one.
dafkanik. Toughest, huh?
Yeah.
Chaim? Not Stam guy. They want to do it. They know exactly how to poke everything, how to poke everything.
65-year-old.
So they once came to the Chayze that there was one yid over there in Lublin that was doing tzuris, was doing machin tzuris for the yid. So they felt like Bueller, Yamach Shemay Chas V'Sholom, they thought about him. So they went to the Chayze, and when the Chayze was lighting candles, he said, Holy Rebbe, look at this daven for this yid is drop dead, he's causing tzaris. The Rebbe looks at his name in the kvittel. He says, what are you talking about? The guy's a tzaddik. He looks like the Kohen Gadol. So he said, this guy's in Russia. So they went, they said, oh, he was lighting his menorah then. He was lighting his Chanukah candle. So when you're lighting your
Check
Chanukah
back.
candle, you're l'fnai v'l'fnim. You're like the Kohen Gadol Yom Kippur. That's how deep the Kohen Gadol, the lighting the menorah is.
Who was lighting?
I think we say this every year, and every year it's true. But every year it's really true. That every year the Chanukah that's coming is the highest. You know why? Chaim? Because where does the Chanukah shine the highest? In the lowest. So are we further this year than last year? Gewalt, we are. Are we lower in the 10 Tfachim?
Yeah.
So is Hanukkah much stronger, much more significant?
Lights
No
are that
question.
much
The lights are
brighter, yeah.
brighter. Because the whole idea of Hanukkah is dafka, the light that shines from the contrast. That's the whole idea.
Single candle that lights up the entire.
That's a 36. So this year is going to have a special Hanukkah like it was never before. Imagine this year, Yidden will be lighting.
36 times better.
The world is so awakened now, also this time where the world is holding. You know how many Yidden last year Hanukkah didn't care that they were Jews? But this year, they can't, they know they're Jewish. Oh, they hear that. Whether it's anti-Semitism or whether it's their neshama. Gewalt, the hearts are woken up that we're Yidden. This year is going to be a very strong, right? In Aza, they put everyone saw they put a Chabad already put a big menorah.
Thank you, Chabad. Causing a lot of balagan, but this menorah, should take care of it.
Okay. So there's 36 words in this Hanera Salala Ana Madlikim, which is important to say, which we speak of that we're lighting these candles out of choice, not to remember the miracles, for the miracles, because we're not about memory. Because Hashem is miraculous. Because Hashem is about Nes, and the more a person could bring himself into this moichin, that's how much taka the Nes could be put through you. How much miracle could go through you? How miraculous are you? How much you believe? These narrows are kodesh. So these candles, they come from the world of Nivdal. Why can't we use with the Zayalacha and in the Neres of Chanukah? It's usher to count money in front of Ner Chanukah. Hear it, Tzvi? Can't. So by the Chassidim, they speak about very deep. Why does the Gemara bring that if you can't make a usage? Why does the Gemara say you can't count money, or the halacha says, because there's a very deep Inyan also on counting money, on the tikkun of taivas mammon. There's a very big, the taivas mammon, which is the taiva for money, which is the last taiva for humanity to fight. This is discussed in Reb Nachman's story, the Master of Prayer. Gavaldik, Ma'aseh Yud Beis, so everyone should learn. This 12th story of Reb Nachman is so gavald. The Master of Prayer, so deep, where he goes through every possible addiction, every possible flaw that mankind went through, and all the misconceptions that went through, and at the end declaring that what's the tachlis? To have a relationship with Hashem. It's a very, very deep story. How do we get into the... so over there he speaks about that the ultimate is that there's a journey over there after the world is getting fixed. First they fix themselves from sexuality and they fix themselves from all the improper things in the world. But the last thing to fix is the people that are Meshuka and Taivas Mammon. So that's a Merumas in Chanukah. That Chanukah is this big zman for a person to daven to Hashem to be saved from Taivas Mammon. And that's Merumas in the Gemara, where the Gemara says that Ner Chanukah, you don't count money in front of the candle. That means it's Mesugel for not counting money. So I'm saying for not machshav the mammon. Because in a deep sense, if you're machshav nes, if once you chap the miraculous potential that you're already connected to, then what do you need money? Money is the natural way of becoming a something. But once you chap what is something you are, a geval, you're the something of all somethings, you're chelek elehai mamish, then your position for money changes. That's the tikkun for money. That could be to Chanukah. So, but this candle is a ner kodesh. It's not a light from this world. If it was a light from this world, then I would be allowed to use it to fix this world. But what Hashem is showing us, Ner Shabbos is connected to the dimension of 7. Ner Shabbos is Dafka Shabbos. You're supposed to have beautiful light at home. Dafka is supposed to enjoy the light.
More light than normal.
More light. And if it's light that you can't enjoy, then you're not Yoitze, was said. It has to be light that you could enjoy, that you could have a Shabbos meal with beautiful light. Olive oil and have nice wicks. It's a light from this world. Ner Chanukah is a light from a different world. And therefore, we don't use it for this world. And therefore, on Chanukah, when you're sitting by the candles, you're basking in the sun of what? Of the supernatural. Don't be thinking natural. If you're thinking natural by the candles, you're counting money to the light of the candles. Don't be thinking natural at all. Realize that the true understanding of the world is the light that I'm looking at now, that I can't even use in this world. This is the true understanding. And why do we have this? Like Reb Nachman says, the truth is this should be a standalone shir. What time is it? We should learn, it's 6 o'clock already. We should learn, there's a Torah of Nachman.
It's talking Shabbos Chanukah?
That you make Chanukah and you make Halal B'Haidah. And he writes that Ikar of Chanukah is Halal B'Haidah. And the Ikar of Inyan of B'Haidah is Olam Haba. Shashua Olam Haba, the main saga of Olam Haba is how much do you know Hashem? How much can you thank Hashem? How much can you connect to Hashem? And that's the avodah of Chanukah. These days are L'Hoida Sulahala. These days are supernatural days that you're meant to connect to the supernatural attitude of Hashem to the world, the Nes. And you're meant to mamash live that. This 8 days we say Halal Shalom. 8 days is just praise and songs and parties, and 8 days is Olam Haba. That's the ultimate light that we're meant to take from this. It's not a light from Olam Hazeh, it's a light from Olam Haba. That takaf through this light of Olam Haba, Rav Nachman says in a different place, when a person knows for sure that all of his occurrences, everything that happens to him is for his own good, when you reach to that, right? If it's all good, then you're in Olam Haba. Again, so this Bechina also could be shining on Chanukah to get to this light. This light is not a light from this world. When we're sitting by the Chanukah candles, tomorrow we'll do a little more. And that's why there's a minhag from the Ramban to say Yoshev V'Seiser Elyon 7 times. Right, you guys know this?
For what?
When you light this Chanukah candle, obviously with the right achana, so you're preparing mamish to connect your mind, your thoughts, your being, your whole total being to the anhaga of the Nes of Hashem. So at that point, there's...
So why is it Yoshev V'Seiser?
Because that kapitel is called Shir Shel Pagam. That kapitel is a song that guards. So since it's a very high revelation of Hashem that's being revealed in the natural world, so to protect it, meaning to really appreciate it, and to be able to benefit and to connect it, we say this mizmor 7 times. And that allows a person to be in the natural world and to be infused with the supernatural and to coexist at the same time. Because when the supernatural comes into the natural, there could be a clash, there could be a kitrug or a klipa or whatever it is. They don't fit. There has to be something that, like, in order for them to work together, it has to work together. So there has to be a very deep attitude from you that you're doing this yichud, and a very big shmirah from you. That's what the Ramban writes, that in this tremendous light that you're bringing down, you should say, Yoshev 7 times.
This is after Matzor and everything?
After Matzor. And tomorrow we'll learn about Matzor. Matzor is a gewaldige song. The Rosh Hashanah is Mordechai. And the Maoz Tzur is speaking about Maoz Tzur. Zevi, what's Maoz? What's Maoz? You didn't go to school?
No.
Maoz is a source of strength. Oz, what's Oz? Koya. Maoz is a source of strength. Right? Ma'oz tzur yeshuati, the source of my strength. I'm going to sing now in the light of these Chanuka candles. Now that I see that there's no nature, that there's no everything is not, I'm going to rejoice right now with my supernatural source of strength. I'm going to sing to him, not just sing to him, hey, I'm singing you songs. I'm going to connect him in my mind. I'm going to bring him into my life. I'm going to really, really sing and remember that we are connected to a supernatural source of strength, and therefore we have nothing to worry about. When I sit by the Chanuka candles, this is mamash the attitude to live in. And this song we're going to go tomorrow, we're going to see, discusses all the Galias, all the exiles that Am Yisrael was in, and the supernatural redemptions that Hashem gave us. Like we're about to dive in Ma'ariv in a minute. What do we say in Ma'ariv? ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו כי הוא השם אלוקינו ואין זולתו ואנחנו ישראל עמו הפודנו מיד מלכים מלכנו. We speak about Hashem, we tell Hashem, we trust you so much, we have such a history. Look what we've been through. You took us to every single country on the globe. We've been through every single kingship. You took us through them. We rose above them. We conquered them. We chewed them up. We spit them out. We moved on to the next one. Gavaldik. And we know that the same thing you're going to do for us today with all these Sainim, with all the haters around the world. It's not just the Arabs. It's not just Edom. It's not Amalek. We have no idea who it is. It's 70 nations. We're Kivsa Achas ben Shivim Ze'evim. We are one sheep. That's how Am Yisrael is described. We're a sheep. Out of all the animals, Bueller, right? What do you would have? You would have been a jaguar, a tiger, right? You think a bear. What animal would you be? Huh? A bird. Shep Salat. Tzvi, if you were an animal, what animal do you think you'd be, huh?
Tiger.
Tiger. The guy
I don't know if you're a monkey.
guy likes us. A monkey. What about you, Shimon? What would you be? Shemosh, what do you think?
I'd be a lion.
Lion, good question. You are a lion. But what does the Torah call us? What is our nation, Shmilo?
Shipsa.
Shepsa. And another description, what are we? A dove, a little dovelet, a little pigeon. The most fragile, the most vulnerable. That's who we are. I
think I'll be a hippo.
But this is who we are, and we celebrate on these days that we're a sheep. We're not strong because we're strong, because we have muscles, because we have teeth, because we have claws, because we have wings, and we have tails, and we have no. We have nothing. All we have is everything. All we have is Kuchabuchu, Yudke Vavke. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for choosing us. We said this yesterday. It's so important to remember. Listen to this. Shmila, when Yaakov Avinu fights with the Sar Shel Esav, listen to how deep this is. He fights with him. He wrestles with him all night. That night was the craziest night in the world. It was the ultimate showdown between the ultimate emes and the ultimate sheker. We can't imagine what happened that night. At the end of that night, what goes on? He says, listen, send me, bless me. You know what I'm blessing you, he tells him? What's the blessing he gives him? Your name is going to be Islam. That's your name. You know why? Because there's no bigger blessing in the world than being a Yid. Being a Am Yisrael is the biggest blessing. When we sit by the candles and we notice, who are we connected to? Who is our king? Who is our father? Who are we have a bris with? I have a bris, I have a treaty, I have a covenant, I have a deal, I have a pact. With who? With what? With Ein Sof Kuchabrichu. Like we said, one spark of that, is that not enough to burn up all the shtusim of the world? Huh? Yiratzan Hashem should give us this Chanukah, should give us light in our neshama, in our being, in our mind, in our hearts, in our feelings, in our emotions, where we mamish believe who we're involved with, where we activate our bris, our treaty with Him and His treaty with us, when we experience that He gives us, Yud Gimel Midas Sharachim, He should shine His revelation into the entire creation, everywhere, into every Yid, and every Yid should be protected and safe and holy and strong, and everything around him should just be glowing with godliness. Mala Aretz De'at Hashem Kamayim Le'yam Mechasim. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen.